Archers, attack! Keep firing! Let none escape! Another down! Do not relent!
Welcome to Do Not Relent. I'm Slidewhistle.
I am Immunization.
And I'm Aaron, Fire Mage Extraordinaire and Horde Punching Bag. And I can tell you boys this. I got more alcoholic eggnog, and this one, heavy on the alcohol, light on the eggnog. It's a little spooky.
Ooh, very festive, because not only is it like, well, this episode in particular will probably be released like on Christmas Day, right? And then it's the Feast of Winterveil in WoW.
Yeah, baby. I was going to say, I realized we haven't talked about how close Christmas is, which means we've been neglecting to talk about America's favorite movie, Jingle All the Way. We haven't made any references at all in 2020. What are we doing? Well, that's probably a lie, but...
that is distinctly a lie. Not even 2 episodes ago, I believe we did make a reference to Turbo Man.
My favorite in trade chat, actually, we were talking about Jingle All the Way. Someone brought it up. Someone's only comment was Dasher, Dancer, Bliss, and whatever the whole like reindeer thing is. And then I looked at it and I was like, oh my god, he's referencing when Arnold Schwarzenegger was running down the street, Dasher, Dancer, Blitz, and Dada. He was like trying to get the names to the radio contest. And 2 seconds later, he said, guys, imagine Arnold running down the street saying that in an Austrian accent. And I was like, yes. Trade chat for once was my people, making select choice references.
Put that cookie down.
Howard!
He knows my name. All right, I think we all made our Christmas references. I think we're all good on that front. Please email us your favorite Jingle All the Way quote.
Hold on, we can't do a Jingle All the Way without doing Jamie!
I'm really afraid for my microphone settings. I don't want to blow it out, but I'll give my best. Jamie!
Jamie!
God, I really wish my name was Jamie, just so I could have someone scream my name like that all the time.
How often would you have that, though? I don't know how popular this movie is outside of our circle.
Oh, incredibly unpopular.
You know, people like I feel like we talked about this last year when it gets critically bombed. People do not like it, but I only hear people talk about it like this in pretty okay regards. You know,
fair enough.
Now, Jingle All the Way 2 with Lawrence the Cable Guy.
No,
that's the real winner.
No,
there are a few movies that I pretend don't exist. I'm talking about that one, and I am talking about Avatar: The Last Airbenders movie.
Now I'm just getting sad. I don't like where this conversation is going. It's making me a sad person.
Well, I do have a few things that we can be happy about.
Like what?
Ooh, mustard?
Well, we got ourselves a review and also a few emails.
Whoa!
Who cares?
But seriously, is there any mustard?
No. I don't know. Let's take a look.
Are you looking through the emails for mustard? Is this?
You know, we might be able to decipher a little bit of mustard in this review, so... I forget. It's been a minute since we've taken a review. Do we take the shots first or after?
I believe it is typically after.
How about this one? We do it first, and then we take it, and then you have to read it while you choke on your own alcohol.
Perfect. Let's do this.
That's fair.
Cheers
Here
to
we
this
go.
review.
Wait, how about we can at least, what's his name, or what's their name? We can cheers them, I guess, before we read whatever words they have to say about us.
So this is a 5-star review submitted by Rockets.
Hey,
So cheers.
Rockets, this is for you.
Rocky.
Rockish.
No, do not strike him. It is my son.
That's my brother.
Velen, stop hitting with your fucking stick.
Okay, well, Rockets says, badass podcast. These guys give it 110%, and by that I mean a solid 60% effort to cover WoW and be funny. Keep up the awesome work.
Thank you.
We hold on to that 60% with an iron grip. That's why we can stay in the Warcraft category instead of the Clock Stoppers category.
I'd like to think we're in both categories, though. I think we might actually be the premier Clock Stoppers podcast.
I can tell you this, we're definitely the only hybrid World of Warcraft Clock Stoppers podcast that's ever existed out there, that's for sure.
But, okay, the math here. So, is the 60% funny? Or are we 60% about WoW? How does this math add up?
I think it is the latter. I would like to think we're 100% funny, but I do believe that they mean that we go, let's say, for example, 5 minutes and 34 seconds before actually mentioning any World of Warcraft business.
That's probably the truth.
But when you got a 66 and 2/3 chance of winning, because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me, we're the best podcast there is with some Steiner math.
When you had Schmojo to the mix.
I heard that was one of the Tiernan names. Go and consult Schmojo.
Well, this is probably our most niche reference ever. If you love Steiner math, send me an email. We can talk Steiner math.
But yes, thank you for your review, Rocket. And now I will slide on into our emails that we received. And we received one email that was titled LMAO Hi. And it's from Extian, who, if you don't remember, we had a little encounter in Torghast with. And he says, "What's up, DNR crew? Hope you all are doing well. I want to sincerely thank y'all for the weekly entertainment. DNR has quickly become my favorite WoW-related podcast. You three are hilarious, and listening to the podcast really makes time fly while I'm at work. However, I have a personal complaint. I know you all addressed this already in the podcast, but I wanted to give my side. I saw you guys in-game at Torghast and wanted to express my appreciation. I gathered my entire extended family around my computer to show them my new favorite podcasters. I walked up and said, 'Love the podcast,' and all Slide said in response was, 'LMAO hi,' and then he started emote dancing. My family was underwhelmed, to say the least. The ghosts of my ancestors were shaking their heads in disappointment. Whether it was at your response or just at me in general, who really knows?" I love this story.
But you know what? I did call that his family would, or their family would disown them, but at least Graham didn't weigh in. So I guess it's not as bad as it could have been.
I'm so sorry. Listen, I already apologized profusely in an email. Wait, so we actually responded to the email, and the first response we sent was just LMAO hi.
No!
but then we immediately sent a real one.
Exian's grandma came in for that one. It's like, well, at least they're giving you the time of the day. Oh, dear, X. And then they go, "Grandma, that's not my real name. That's my gamer tag. I don't even care anymore. You haven't gotten their respect."
No, it's X for excommunicated from the family.
But then
Fucking Ripperoonie.
Oh no. But then he closes out the email by saying, "For real though, thank you guys. As a fellow Draenor darling, I really like hearing your takes on this game we all enjoy. Have a safe and enjoyable holiday season. Signed, Christian/Extian." Oh, okay. He's also on Proudmoore. Also, like, I don't know what I thought Extian meant besides Christian.
Wait. Oh, XTN. What's EXTN though? It's still there. I still see it. But what if that wasn't their intention?
I feel
Also,
like it probably was.
Next time, if you just lead in with, "Hi, I'm a Draenor darling, love the podcast," then I will send you a paragraph. Because I know exactly what to talk about. And we're going to fucking talk about my boy Poundfist.
Poundfist.
Kisses. Thank you. Also, kisses to Rocket.
And also kisses to Sneaky Pants, who sent us in an email as well. And they say, "Hey everyone, found your podcast a few weeks ago and it's so rad. This is my first expansion launch since I started playing WoW last year. I started looking for podcasts to listen to while I drive to help me understand more about this huge game. I come to your guys' podcast to laugh and learn." Whoa, somebody learning from us? That's a little dangerous. Which is a winning combo in my mom's book. You guys you guys have the type of friendship that's rare in today's world. Thanks for sharing who you are with the world. Keep it up. I'll be a fan. Much love from a fellow Alliance on Proudmoore. Signed, Sneaky Pants.
A winning combo in my mom's book. You bastard.
I feel like we really have the market cornered on World of Warcraft mama's boys and grandma's boys. Everyone's always like, "I showed this to my mom." Or like, "My grandma told me to listen to you."
You know, we've jokingly said that we've targeted this demographic, but maybe we actually are the podcast for the moms.
I feel like all our fans are just funny as fuck, which is great, which means that we actually are funny as fuck if these people think that we're funny. Like,
Let's get really bloated egos off of this. I'm already booking the tour dates.
look out. I've started a site called Barcraft Radio, so we're ready to compete with the big boys now.
Oh no. Are we ending 2020 with another feud on our list?
Well, if we're Barcraft, I think we can drink any other podcast host in the World of Warcraft community under the table. I'm pretty confident in saying that. Maybe not morally gray, but we'll see.
Most of them can't drink anymore because their lumbago's acting up.
Oh.
That was a joke about how old the WoW community is in general, not the podcast. Aaron, they're gonna kick us out. They're gonna remove us.
They already don't like us.
Yeah, we're already on the outs. Come on, man.
But I think we're about ready to actually get into WoW-related stuff now. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so we have so many points to jump off of here, but I just want to start simply. I have heard this complaint on numerous other podcasts, and I've heard this complaint a little bit on the Reddit site, www.reddit.com/r.
Oh boy, I've never heard of that one.
/r/wow. I don't know why I did that.
Well, you're breaking it down for our key demographic here.
Just about basically how hard it is to get around like the world in Shadowlands and Oribos, which Aaron, I know you are already sitting on your little crown of portals over there, throne of portals, and I don't know. I just feel like people simply just aren't buying the Stormwind capes / Orgrimmar capes. I guess Orgrimmar capes. I almost barf saying that, by the way.
It's wrong. It's just those capes ain't
dirty
right.
Orgrimmar napkins.
You just set your Hearthstone to your Covenant. You pick up 3 of your Stormwind capes from your guild. If you're not in a guild, I don't know what to tell you. And then you can also use your Dalaran Hearthstone, and you just simply, whenever you have to go to any flight point, you pop one of them capes, you go back to Oribos, and hop on that flight point. It's going to be infinitely faster. Do not sit on a flight point from Revendreth to Bastion. I don't know how much time you have on your hands, but obviously it's like hours, right? Like
RT, usually when I do that, it's like, oh, I'm making lunch. I'm going to go from Sinfall to Artificer's Reach. And I was like, and as I start going, I was like, I can make and eat a sandwich now.
But the thing is, once you finish your sandwich and you come back, you're still flying. So it's like, maybe I should have used the cape and just sat there, just waited.
Yeah, and let me just tell you guys, there are other options too. Like, I have the Borealis ring in my bag. I have the 3 Stormwind capes. I have my Garrison Hearthstone. I have my Garrison dock thingy. I have my Old Dal ring. I have all these things in my bag. So like, literally any of those things, then going to Stormwind and then going to the portal is faster than most of these flight paths. So.
Yeah, honestly, for our BFA buddies out there, I think that the Borealis ring might actually be one of the faster alternatives, because with the Dalaran Hearthstone, you have to physically still fly into the area where the portal is. But the Borealis ring takes you to the portal room, I assume, in Borealis, right? Or does it take you to like where Catherine Podmore is?
No, I think. Well, I guess Immune, go, because you actually have it.
So I 100% thought it took you to the portal room, but now that we're talking about it, I think it might actually take you to the boat. But like, either way, if it even does take you to the boat to the portal room is closer than the Dalaran flight, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, I appreciate the Dal flight. I appreciate hearing the music for like 8 seconds. But yeah, just pick up all the capes, pick up all the Dalaran Hearthstones. There's definitely ways to make it more easy. But also, maybe if you just upgrade your portal room to rank 3, which is impossible for like forever, you get an Oribos port. Don't forget that. You're about to be able to, like, 3 to 4 weeks, have a way faster way to get back to Oribos in your Covenant.
Yeah, because I just upgraded yesterday. Yeah, fuck you and your mage privilege. But yeah, yesterday I just upgraded my teleport network to rank 2.
Okay, wait. So I would like an initial report from you, Immune. How many portals did you have with your teleport network as a Venthyr before and after you upgraded?
Okay. So, Aaron, on our first upgrade of the teleportation network, we were presented with 2 mirrors that took you to 2 different locations across Revendreth, right?
Yes, the Eternal Terrace and I forgot the other one because I don't go there as much.
Right. And I don't know if you've upgraded yours to rank 2 yet, but
I have.
we are given 2 more. And one of them is literally the Halls of Atonement, which is really close to where the flight path that we already have is. So I'm like, what's the point of this one?
I guess the point would be if you're near, like if you're questing or doing something in one of the other areas, you can just hop in the portal room and then take that portal to your other mirror, I guess.
I can tell you that one is beautiful because it is right next to the daily conduit for right there. So I can hop in the portal, walk on the tombstones to do that conduit, and then just come back. And I'm like, I did this all within 2 minutes.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think about that one, but yeah, that is perfect for the Animal Conductor quest. And anyways, to answer your question, Slide, we currently have 4 mirror portals.
So I upgraded my Daddy Fungal Network today. Sorry, Granddaddy Fungal Network. And previous to my upgrade, I had 4 portals. Now, does one of your portals take you back to your sanctum?
No, our mirrors are in the sanctum.
Yeah, they're in the sanctum. 2 on the base level, 2 on the lower level. And then when you go there, you can go back into the mirror to return to Sinfall.
Okay, that's what I was, because I was like, wait, I didn't hear a Sinfall one, so I was a little concerned. Okay, so I start off with the ability to go back to Heart of the Grove, which is Ardenwield's Covenant Sanctum. And then I have 3 or 4... I think it's 4. I have 4 options to go to before I upgraded. I upgraded today, and now I have like 6 or 7 ways to cross my map now, which is definitely way more than what you guys have, which is interesting because I'm like, what are the other trade-offs here? What are the other upgrades being different in? Because I can get around, like, I have so many mushroom rings now I can hop on. And I'm like, is Ardenwood just smaller, or is it bigger? Like, what's up?
I think Ardenweald is larger, and I think there are fewer flight paths. I feel like all the flight paths are more centralized, and so that's probably why your fungal network has so many extra little zones, because it's like you need them so that you're not hoofing it for 3 minutes.
I just want to make it known that the term Granddaddy's Fungal Network makes me slightly uncomfy.
Well, I want to make it known that it turns me on, and I got a big boner right now.
I'm fucking flying 3/4 mast.
Gross.
Yeah, beautiful. Show off that You know what? We're going to post Aaron's boner on Twitter. Check it out. Check out Do Not Relent Pod for Aaron's boner.
Check out the Twitter while you can before my dick pic gets us shut down.
Actually, Twitter is actually very porn.
Yeah, they would.
It's weird. Yeah, isn't that weird?
They would allow it. It would just languish there, and everyone would stop listening to the show.
Languish? I don't like that term about your penis.
You know, okay, these other podcasts have Patreons. Let's just go straight to the OnlyFans here.
I feel like these bastards would subscribe just for the fucking meme of it all. I mean, I would. Hint, hint. All right. We can talk about what we did in WoW, but I mean, literally as of recording this, Limit 1, the world race, they beat Daddy D while me and Amin were taking a nap, so we missed it.
Yeah, it was a race basically just between them and Echo, which is new method, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is the coward method who ran away because we definitely knew that Josh was a creep, but if we join a new guild under a new name, nobody can accuse us of anything. Okay, yeah, whatever. So I'm glad Limit 1, because fuck Echo.
Now, were they the ones that were not showing the Daddy D footage?
Yeah, they cut the streams for it was what, a day or two. It wasn't that crazy, but it was still we're gonna hide our tactics.
After they just blatantly took Limit's tactics on the Stone Generals to catch up.
Basically, they hid their tactics like some other members hid their allegations of knowing that Method Josh was a sexual predator. So they did with what they did best.
Got 'em.
Don't forgive them for their sins. You two should know better than that. You Venthier. Lock them up.
Oh, I thought you meant that Immune and I were covering something up. I was like, shit, what?
I started accusing everybody in this room. You did it, and you did it.
But enough about that race. We can talk a little bit more about the race that really matters. And I'm talking about the race between Uno Mas's Team 1 and Uno Mas's Team 2 against normal Castle Nathria progress.
Oh boy.
The slowest progress I think ever recorded in human history.
With the intensity of a family reunion egg on a spoon race.
That is honestly a really good like representation of what's going on right now. That's what I feel like.
Also, some of those do get pretty intense, though.
Oh, wait, you've seen mine, right? Like,
Yeah.
you've seen our fucking egg races. Fucking egg on a spoon. Gotta make it quick. It's ridiculous. People will literally cut a bitch on the field for this shit.
Yeah, no, I was not joking.
Our family, me and my siblings, were like 10 years older than everyone else, so we always smoked people at the family reunion games.
We have that too, except the ones who are 10 years older are like 50 and like pushing over teens and kids to win. It's absurd. But anyway, let's talk about how we're doing this in the guild.
Well, okay, so I believe our team 1, is 6 out of 10. Our newest ones that we've downed since last week are Lady, Enerva, Dark Vein, whatever.
Which I feel like we need to have a talk about Lady Enerva, Dark Vein.
Yes.
What the fuck? Okay, listen, Blizzard, hear me out. All you have to do is cut off Dark Vein. Lady Enerva, that's a name of nobility. That's a name of power. And then you add on Lady Enerva Dark Vein, you're doing too much. You sounds like a bad drag queen from the 80s. Like it's not working. Cut the Dark Vein.
It's like Sharon Needles' roommate.
That's exactly what it's like. But so last week we recorded before our Wednesday raid, like we're doing today, and I think Aaron said it best. We were filled with such hope.
Yeah, because on Tuesday we had previously downed every boss that we had previously cleared. So going into Wednesday last week, we were 4 bosses for the week, and we were going to start off Wednesday. We were happy. We were like, we're excited to tackle a new boss right off the bat, and then we go in and get spanked by Lady Enerva for basically the entire raid period.
Which is fine.
We managed to wipe at 1%, and I thought my soul was going to leave my body. I thought I was going to become one of those floaty guys I have to keep attaching to chains in the world quest.
Yeah, I mean, so Lynn said it best. He basically was Lynn's our raid lead. He basically said, I split the teams evenly on damage, which actually he did perfectly. He literally was at work on the clock making Excel spreadsheets on everyone's damage, and the team's damage was equal. However, he did not take into account the team's ability to do mechanics, which personally, looking at Team 1, I was like, okay, we have some people who need to be told things multiple times before it sticks. And I'm guilty of tuning out during a raid explanation, but I know that I'm capable of picking it up on the fly. Some of these people just aren't as capable, which is okay.
And some of them are good DPS too. Like Honors, our GM, he's a good paladin DPS, but he just doesn't or ignores mechanics a lot of the time. I don't know.
Okay, so this is my grievance airing live on the air. Is he good at other stuff? Because he always dies before me, and I'm like, damn, what is he doing where he's top of the charts and dying 1 minute into the fight?
So it's actually funny. We have some more insight into that. But Immune, as our resident healer, as our resident best healer with 90 plus parses on all normal fights, what explain Honors' mechanics? Okay,
so after Enerva, then we also downed Artificer and started pulling on the dance fight this week, but we'll get to that in a minute. And during that fight, there is a portion where you all need to go to your spotlights and start moving in DDR style, go left, right, up, down, back, whatever. And if everyone does it right, everyone gets to their spotlight and moves correctly, no one takes any damage. And I don't know, as a healer who watches health bars, you see exactly who does not make it, and exactly who messes up the pattern, and exactly who you need to heal while also moving. And let me just say, on our last poll last night, where we almost downed the boss, only one person did not get this fight correctly, and we had to keep him up, and it was Honors. So all the healers know that Honors didn't know how to dance.
So we're all the DPS are out here just grooving, and you're like, fuck, I gotta heal while I'm dancing? How do you even manage that?
I mean, I think all of us were doing it, so I think everyone just kind of like preemptively threw some hots on him, and it was fine enough to keep him up. But yeah,
I think essentially he plays with like 2% sleep in. So he's already tired, and by that point, his body is just like on autopilot of like, do my damage, do my damage. My eyes are closed, but I'm doing my damage. And then he wakes up, and then he's dead. And he was still hitting the buttons, even though he was on the floor for like 2 minutes.
But yes, our last Wednesday, we wasted the whole time doing a Nerva. And then this Tuesday, yesterday as of this recording, we joined up with the much faster going Team 2. And together we cleared all the way to the Council of Blood.
yeah. So we downed 6 bosses in one night and had 3 pulls on this other new boss. And I don't know, for our team, this was 2 fights in a row that we had never done before. So it was a little stressful. Like I was like, I don't know what's happening here.
It was also really impressive. So we before we were 2 groups of like 17 and 18, because we want to make sure that every person who wants to raid has the ability to raid. So we made 2 groups, but then we caught wind that some people weren't going to be able to make it, which is fine. You know, it's fucking Christmas week. I get it. And so we went back to 1 team, and somehow magically we ended up with exactly 30 raiders, the cap, with nobody left out. And I was like, how did this happen?
Yeah, I mean, because like no one was on the bench. It was just perfect 30.
It was a Crimbus miracle.
But and then doing all these mechanics.
This is what the mom from Christmas Shoes gave her life for.
Oh.
But it's kind of crazy because doing these, honestly, all these fights with 30 people is so chaotic. There's so much shit going out, and I'm like, we have too many goddamn people here.
And I think they did tune down all of the raid across all difficulties a little bit. I think they also tuned down almost everything in the game right now. Some dungeons, obviously Torghast, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a bit, but yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I honestly, I really like the console blood fight. The dance is really fucking cool. But you could definitely feel a little bit of the tension between group 1 and group 2, which is so weird because like normally we raid with these people in group 2 on a regular basis. Like I've raided with people on that team for literally like how long now? Like 4 years, and we're still like, Dolly, I'm gonna beat you up.
We have only ever split twice, literally just last week, and already it's been like, I can't stand you.
And I don't know, so during the Artificer fight, I felt like tensions were particularly high because this is a boss that Group 2 had cleared last week, and they pulled it several times, so they knew exactly what they needed to do. But this was Group 1's, our group's, first time really pulling it, and we didn't really fully understand what we needed to be doing. So it was hard for us, and, you know, several of our raiders from our group messed up or didn't know where to go when they were marked with the portals. And people from Group 2 were being mean about it. They were just like, what the fuck are you guys doing? They were just like on comms, like yelling at like our group of people. And then like, it got to the point where I'm just like, yo, like this is our group's first time doing this, so calm down.
Yeah, very rarely will he burst on comms, and when he did, I was like, oh shit, that's going down. Group 1's about to fight Group 2. And I had just met like Jamunky, one of our healers. I don't know who the fuck Jamunky is, but when she messed up her portal and started to get yelled at, I was getting mad. I was like, leave Jamunky alone. She's trying her best.
Yeah, and that was the exact moment when I chimed in. I'm like, no, you do not come for Jamunky.
Our new best friend, you Group 2 bitches.
Our new 4th member of this podcast. Get ready for season 3. They're replacing me with Jamunky.
Jamunky is very nice, so I mean, maybe we could do it.
God, please don't. I need to feed my children.
I have bad news for you. This gig don't pay. I don't know who's telling you it does.
Yeah, we pay for this. We pay to talk to you guys because
whenever
we feel like it.
Slide remembers to charge the rest of us.
Oh shit, I gotta do that. But anyway, it's just like stupid like playground, like 2 teams meeting at once. And I think Team 1 feels a little bit like they're being like not talk down to, whatever's below the step of talk down to. It's not even really that. It's just like a really weird kind of vibe in the air. It's fine. Honestly, it's made the raid more interesting. And we've gotten more gear, I'm pretty sure, through the split group, which is showing because we demolished those 6 things on normal way faster than we did it as a separate team and also as together on like week 1. So we'll see. Tonight we go back to the blood court. I'm assuming we're gonna kill it, and then we get to face fucking what's his name, Sludge Fist. I don't know shit about him. I still have not watched any videos. We'll see.
I also hear that is like the main wall that people face in this raid, like the first wall at least before like Denathrius. So
I get real what is the name of the fight in Daza with the Colterian ship people and the big golem? What is that one called?
Blockade.
Yeah, I get a real blockade vibe from this one. So we'll see how we do. But if it's anything like blockade, I smell 2.5 hours of wiping.
Ooh, sounds like my 22nd birthday.
Gross.
I had chili.
I feel like you literally only ate chili on your 22nd. Like, that whole year was just chili.
Okay. It was Chili Mac in anyways. On to the next segment.
The next segment is Aaron's Chili Mac recipe.
Do tell.
Fucking Joel Folkert blew me out. He was like, all I see you eat is Chili Mac.
Beans
It's good,
and cheese.
Joel.
Joel, all we see you eat is 8 peanuts.
And 2 sprigs of broccoli.
Guys, be careful. What if we find out that Joel Folkert Vanilla Yogurt is a listener of the podcast? Keeping tabs on us. Our old roommate from our college days.
Hey, Joel.
Jolie. All right, so what do we got? What are you going to move into now?
Let's talk about what we did in WoW this week.
Yeah.
Slide, what did you do in WoW this week?
I did a lot. Let's see. So I was at a conundrum with my legendaries as a feral druid. I have my best PvE legendary and my best PvP legendary and a lot of soul ash. And so I'm like, do I upgrade my PvE legendary to be 225? Or do I just upgrade both of them to be the next level? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to figure out the math on what to do, which sucks because it's going to cost me more gold to upgrade both legendaries each rank up. That honestly is the most expensive route I could have chosen. And yet, here I am, a rich bitch, dropping 100k on upgrading 2 legendaries to level 2. So they're both at parity, which is probably stupid, but I'm going to do it.
You're gonna do what you do, and that's drop lots of money on WoW.
I have a Brutosaur mount. It's fine. I can make it back quickly. It's whatever. So that's what I did. I upgraded those. I've been doing a lot of World PvP, and let me fucking tell you. So I was doing my Covenant quest line, which I thought was so fucking cool. Spoilers, if you're a Night Pay person, haven't done it yet, you can skip ahead, I don't know, 2 minutes. That's my guess. If not, I don't care. Fuck you. And so it took me, it was Drust shit. Like, I was doing shit with the Drust. And do you guys remember in Drustfar, when we were hanging out with the Thorn Speakers? We were hanging out with, like, Ulfar. He was, like, the big bear druid in the mountains. And his quest just abruptly ends. So it's like, okay, I'm done. Leave. And you're like, that's it? We're finished? These bitches sent me back out to talk to Ulfar to continue his quest line.
You had to go to BFA areas?
Yes. I was honestly weirdly happy. So it basically gave me a portal to go back to Ulfar directly, which I did. But then the quest sent me like past Aram's stand, so I had to do my classic flyover where I'm flying over Drustvar through Aram's stand to get to where I was going, and it felt so bizarre because I was like, shit, am I playing BFA again? Like, what's going on?
Also, personally, whenever I go back to a region that I can fly in, I'm a little disoriented for a second.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I can fly here. It's a really cool quest line. It's basically just me just being like, the Drust are a problem. We have to stop them, which I'm like, please give us a Drust raid. It has to be. And I'm just like trying to I'm like analyzing Drust energies in Drustvar. I'm going through like old caves and old like spooky trees that they inhabit. Because now that Gorak Tool's dead, if he really is dead, I don't think we actually killed him. I don't remember. There's a new Gorak named Gorak Zal who we're facing. And she's a fucking bad bitch.
Ooh.
She basically, what made me so mad was that the storyline ended with us fucking losing. Like, we rescued a Drust prisoner. I was with Erelon from the cinematic where he like had to kill Ursak or whatever, and one of our people was turned into a Drust. I guess they put like the mask on you and like you're corrupted. And I went through fucking hell and high water, like 45 minutes of my life, because I was fighting people in between, to save her and do like a ritual and to bring her back. And at the very end of the quest line, as we're pulling the Drust energy out of her, she fucking dies. And Erelon is missing. He was kidnapped. And that's where I'm at right now in my Covenant campaign. I'm on a fucking cliffhanger and we're losing.
Oh. I'll speak for Aaron and I and said that ours is like pretty like chill.
Yeah,
we
we're
like
just taking
ended
W
well.
after W over here.
We are getting our butts kicked by this fucking Gorak Zal, and it's actually kind of refreshing that we're not like winning. But like the last thing that I had to do was report to the Winter Queen and be like, listen, we're losing to the Drust. We can't save people who are corrupted. And she just goes, we will kill the Drust on sight. Anyone they corrupt is dead. And I was like, oh, fuck. Okay, I guess we're shooting on sight now. Like it's gang warfare out here in Ardenweald.
Shit.
But also while I was out there, I was picking fights because like I want to learn how to be a good Pharaoh Druid. So I saw this man, he was on a ground mount, right? And I'm like, oh, this is fucking gonna be easy as fuck as I fly above him. And it was a druid. And I was like, oh, he's probably a moonkin or whatever. I fucking land on this bitch and I open on him, and he handed my ass to me in like it was so fast. He's also was a Pharaoh Druid. He literally turned around and just murdered me, like, instantly. And I'm like, what the fuck? And as I respawned to fight him again, he was camping my body to fight me more, which I kind of want, because I want to fight Pharaoh Druids, and I want to learn. Mm-hmm. And I know whenever I pick a fight with the Pharaoh Druid, he's probably going to be like a 70-year-old man who's been playing Pharaoh Druid since like Alpha of like 2003. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because, you know, feral druids have been feral druids since feral druids were feral druids.
I was never able to kill him. I popped him into his wild seed mode from the Dreamweaver conduit once, but he handed my ass to me. So I armoried him to see who it was. Druid Sucks on Kill Jaden is his name. I was fucking trying to fight a goddamn gladiator from Pandaria. This man literally climbed the top of the PvP arena like at least 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whenever Pandaria was, I don't remember. He killed me like I was a fucking NPC. It was crazy. And so then I realized he was also doing the quest line for the Drustvar, and he was constantly ahead of me, and I would purposely fight him just to try to kill him and to see what he does to learn. But he killed me so fast that I effectively learned nothing.
How many times did he kill you?
I'm pretty sure we're talking like 11 or 12 times that he dumpstered me.
How embarrassing.
At that point, I would just go eat some lunch.
We have the same gear level. He just is so crazy good at Pharaoh Druid. So Druid Sucks from Kill Jaden. If you're out there and you're like, why the fuck is Wild Seed from Proudmoore constantly trying to attack me and failing? Now you know. I just want to learn. Teach me, senpai. What about you, Aaron? What was your week in WoW like?
This week in WoW, I finally dipped my toes back into the Maw and Torghast and found that it's easier than it used to be.
Yeah, they full on nerfed Torghast by a good amount because the community was up in arms about it.
So I've been doing a lot of stuff with Venari. I just got access to the Beast Warden where I get people have been doing that for like 2 or 3 weeks, but I'm like, oh, I've just been ignoring it. But other than Maw business, I've also been running my dailies, doing all that stuff every day. And I am now revered with everyone and like 2 or 3 days away from being exalted with Revendreth. So, feels good.
Holy shit.
Nice.
And granted,
that's
it's
crazy.
just because I've been like solely focusing on Revendreth. Every single time they give me one of those quests where it's like, go pick up a trinket from some guy in a dungeon, I always put it towards the harvesters, but I'm excited.
Do you know what we get when we become exalted? I haven't even looked.
They kill you.
Nice. Then you can officially join.
Yeah, they just hit you in the head with a big bat, and they steal all your money. But no, I don't know. From the rep guy, you can buy like a bat.
Oh, like the mount or whatever?
Yeah, you can buy a bat mount, and you can buy, I think, one of the pieces of armor. I haven't super looked into it. I'm just mindlessly been plugging away like, that's a thing I have to do.
I am so over the Maw. And it's not that like I don't like I'm a druid, so like that's the problem isn't traveling the Maw. The problem is just I feel like I have so much content that I want to do, and I feel like I'm required to do the Maw every day, and it's so much time that I'm just like I want to just spam PvP, I want to spam dungeons, I want to quest, I want to get like I want to do anything else. And
for me, like I did the weeklies all in one day, and it made me kill on sight. So I was like, I can't do the dailies because I will die.
Yeah, that's the thing. I really feel like Blizzard is not handling the Maw very well. And I get it. It's supposed to be a place where it's inhabitable. You're going to die. That's fine. My problem is they don't give you any fucking information about anything. If I wasn't on Wowhead 24/7, I wouldn't know what to do. And heads up, I still don't know what to fucking do in the Maw.
Yeah, and I was listening to the Starting Zone earlier today, and apparently I knew Wrath of the Jailer was once a week you can do it, right? But then apparently the Hunt and the Beast Wardens you can do twice a week. It like resets in the middle of the week. The fuck is that shit? No one tells you this.
Yeah, learning that the fucking Beast Warrens resets twice a week, I was like, what is this system? You have daily quests, which I understand. That's a blue exclamation mark. But then Venari's quests that you get in the cave, those are weeklies, which now I understand. But there's still blue exclamation marks, and sometimes they're still tagged under the daily. It would literally say daily. Now, because I was on Wowhead, I know that any quest Venari gives is a weekly. But people in our guild, I swear to God, every week, they're like, oh, I'm already at I'm already capped out. And I was like, we're doing Venari's quests in the cave? Yeah. Well, those are weeklies. You want to do probably one weekly and then do the dailies and then do the Hunt or the Eye. It's so much to like explain to people who don't use Wowhead. Why do we need to have an outside source? Like you should make it known in game. Change your weekly colors of the quest markers. Make them green. Make them purple. Make it say weekly. Let us know when the Beast Warrens resets. Apparently Tuesday and Friday. It's so inconsistent. How the fuck do you expect anybody to be able to like know what they're doing in here? Like I don't get it.
And like you could say like, oh, that's the point. It's the Maw. It's supposed to be crazy, but I don't think that that's why it's like this. I think they just didn't bother telling us.
We made it confusing because it's a spooky place.
Venari's doing this on purpose. She's truly deceptive. I made it a daily quest instead of a weekly, and it's like, fuck you, Venari. Come on. Pack
Who
it up.
knows? Maybe this quest is an hourly. You don't know. All the quests are yellow and blue.
Fucking brokers, man, I tell you.
Shady.
But that's what I did this week. Immune. What do you do with your week?
Well, I was pretty busy this week too. I did all of my daily callings and such. I'm impressed that like you're already exalted with Revendreth. I think all of mine are like, I think I just got to honored with all of the main ones, and Revendreth, I'm like halfway through exalted, so that's impressive. I mean, I guess I don't like exhaust all of my world quests in each zones. I really only do them if like they're convenient to me and like near where I'm going to. But
They're never convenient. If I did that, I literally would have no clout with Bastion because they're only ever on the 4 edges of the world. I'm like, I always save it for last. I was like, I hate this place.
yeah, I mean, I guess one thing that Bastion has going for it is that I feel like it's the zone that is the easiest to like get around because like it's not multi-tiered like Revendreth, and there's not like there's defined paths you can go on where you probably won't be attacked by mobs. But other than that, I did my Torghast 8s. I did one of them before it was nerfed, and I can speak on that now because I wasn't able to last week. That I felt like it wasn't that bad. I don't know. Like they made it harder for healers and tanks before they nerfed it, but I still was able to do it. But then my second one was after they had like the overall nerf, and it's easy as hell. Like I don't know, like I don't mind it. It's whatever. I feel like it's good that they made it more accessible since, this is how you get Soul Ash, which is used for legendaries. So I guess it's good that they're doing this. I don't really have an opinion about it, to be honest. And then other than that, I got my Paladin Azimuth to max level through leveling through dungeons exclusively with Papa Cheese and Tyre on their alts on Proudmoore.
Hello?
Oh yeah, you were there on your mage too, but like you weren't there like the entire time.
Oh, but you're right. So I wasn't. So I shouldn't be counted at all.
You weren't there.
Wow, I got a level out of that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, A level. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Immune. I think you forgot I was online at that time. I wasn't in your group, but I was there, so I think I deserve credit.
Okay, well, let me just say, I got to max level on my Paladin Azimuth, and I was leveling exclusively via dungeons with Tyre and Papa Cheese and Slide on his mage, and Aaron was online.
Thank you.
You couldn't have done it without me.
Was that so hard?
It killed me inside.
You're dead inside already. What does it matter?
That's true. But other than that, I feel like last week we did a lot of Mythic Pluses. We pushed some 6 keys that we did in time, which was cool. I feel like that was the highest that I've done in a while because I feel like towards the end of BFA, we didn't really ever push our keys.
Don't forget, we did some 7 keys that did not go so hot. Storming is fucking crazy. I do not like storming. The fact that it creates tornadoes that just last forever, and I'm just like, I'm dead. Like, I can't, I'm melee. Well, I can't do nothing. I gotta keep running away. It's so stupid.
And they aren't even predictable. They, like, reverse the direction they're going in.
Yeah, what is the pattern? I still don't understand. I never want to see storming again. I might hate storming more than I hate explosive, and I hate explosive.
Fair enough. But while we're talking about dungeons, I'm going to pull a little bit of a late time warp.
Oh, goodness.
I'm falling.
James.
And
Sora.
yes. This week's time warp is about dungeons. And I'm going to give these two 40 seconds on the clock to name for me as many of the end bosses of these dungeons in
You
Shadowlands.
fucked me. You fucked me. I thought you were just going to do names. I was getting ready for this.
So, in particular, I'm only accepting the final bosses in each of these 8 dungeons in Shadowlands. So, are you guys ready?
I guess.
Yes.
Set. Go.
Lord Chamberlain.
Stradama.
Kara, the Stonemaker. Kala, Kila.
Tredova.
Moldova. Oh my god,
Muzala.
Gormhide. What is the name of the fucking Gormy King? A fake, fuck. I can't think of I can only think of the first boss. What are the last bosses?
Davos.
No. No, I'm gonna lose. Fucking, oh my god, what are the dungeons?
Because some of them are famous people and other people
Time.
are some guy.
God damn it.
Okay, so I heard Aaron got 3, I believe. I heard he named Mazala from the other side, Tredova from Mists of Tierna Scythe, and Davos from Spires of Ascension. And I thought somebody might have said General Call from Sanguine Deaths, but I didn't know who said it. Or did somebody say that? Or did I miss that?
I added an A. I said Kala, and I said Kara, and I said Kala. I added a lot of vowels to the end of that.
There was another one at the beginning that I couldn't tell who said it.
I said Stradama, but I don't know the first part of her name.
Okay. I won't count it, but then I will count. Well, either way, you still win because Slide only got 2 if I count Call. He named Lord Chamberlain from Halls of Atonement, and I'll count General Call from Sanguine Depths. So I believe Aaron wins at least 3-2. The ones that you guys missed were Nalthor the Rhymebinder from Necrotic Wake, Margrave Stradama from Plaguefall, and Mordretha from Theater of Pain.
I think you should give him Stradama. That's her name. Margrave's a title. You're not gonna cut off the title. Stradama's good enough.
You're like, give him 4-2. 3-2 is not a big enough win.
Wait, what is the last boss of Tierna Scythe? What is that one?
Tredova.
That's the name of the fucking grub boss?
Yeah, because I remember seeing it the other day and being like, oh, that's funny. It's like tread over because it's a slug.
Tredova sounds like a European country that dissolved in like 1994. Like that's what it sounds like. Tredova.
The Balkan conflict that took place in the county of Tredova.
It's the little-known third country that was merged with Czechoslovakia or whatever happened there. I don't know history.
People don't know, but the A in Czechoslovakia is actually the A at the end of Tredova.
they had to put it somewhere. I guess before we go into our next thing, I was thoroughly shocked. I was last week I was worried that Rated Battlegrounds were going to be a shit show, which they kind of were. But let me tell you, I think Blizzard is going to revive Rated Battlegrounds with Shadowlands.
I feel like they already kind of have. Just the sheer number of groups that were there last week because of the weekly event was astronomical. And, there has to be at least a few people in there that liked it. So maybe they will start making groups.
There's got to be some people that stayed. Surely it's someone's jam.
I feel like throughout all of BFA, I saw maximum 7 RGB groups at any given time. Near the end, it was like 3-0. With this fucking quest, I had to scroll. I got to scroll through the list of Rated Battlegrounds, and there was literally like 35 groups. And I was like, what is happening?
Dang.
And I just think that, the Great Vault also encourages people to do RBGs because, if they don't like 2s or 3s, then it provides them another option to fill out their slots in the PvP section. And I don't know, it's just really helpful. I think in general, the Great Vault is really good for the game because it gets people playing all the different kinds of game if they want access to this gear in their weekly chest.
I think I can officially say that the Great Vault is a great addition to the game, unless you're somebody who's strapped for time. But even if you're strapped for time, I feel like you can at least get 2 options in your vault, which is literally 100% more options you had in BFA. You know what I mean?
I also feel like, and this is going to be, I guess, elitist talking, but the people who invest more time in anything are typically going to get more out of it. Not to be like, boo, go cry somewhere, but if you, I mean, it makes sense that you get more out of the vault if you do more varied content.
Yeah. And that's kind of my big thing right now. I feel like a lot of people in the community are complaining that I don't have time to do X, Y, and Z. And then I'm like, bitch, 10 years ago, you were balls deep in World of Warcraft and you were doing every single inch of content you can get your hands on. Now that you're old and you have kids and you don't have time for it, doesn't mean that the MMO should change for you. I just feel like you have to come to terms with the fact that I'm old. I don't have time to play this game as much anymore. Therefore, I won't be as rewarded as somebody who plays every hour of every day.
Do not relent. Come for the sex-based goofs. Stay for us to tell you that you're old and the world has passed you by, you old man.
What's the Mr. Krabs song where it's like, but you're
old. You've got 42 chins.
I love that shit. Because there's somebody in our guild, I won't name them, they were complaining the entire Tuesday about how their Great Vault sucked, about how Blizzard's, and they use quote unquote, their RNG and their choices are vapid and they're not really choices. And then 10 minutes later he goes, granted, I only had 2 options from the Great Vault. And I was like, dude, if you only had 2 options from the Great Vault, you literally are only marginally going to be better than the BFA chest. Like, what are you complaining about?
Yeah, you could be like me and spend time to unlock 6 slots and still have all options be really bad.
That's a totally different story, but yeah, that's true. We can get to that. I'm assuming it's gonna be soon, right? I'm assuming, is that gonna be your bottom boot spoilers?
No, so I can just talk about it real quick. It sucks because, like, I don't know, I'm not really gonna complain about it because, like, it's better than the BFA chest by far. It gave me choices, but the choices were not ideal. And that's fine. I ended up choosing a neck piece, which I immediately replaced in Raid when I got the neck piece from Huntsman. So I guess that is a mini boot before the top toots.
And it's funny because I was Monday night. It was the last thing we did before reset. We ran a Mythic 5 or 6, I don't remember what it was, with Tyre and with Bryn and with Gandalin. And Gandalin said, also follow Gandalin on YouTube, youtube.com/Gandalin. He makes WoW videos.
You can see me lay down on the ground during Raid.
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh, I don't think he actually takes footage during Raid.
Oh, I got really excited.
I
got really excited. I was like, is he posting Raid videos without telling anybody? Okay, but anyway, but Gandalin said that he did not open his Great Vault until Thursday after 2 days of Raid and doing Mythic Dungeons all day. And I'm like, how do you have the fortitude to do that? I could never do that. And here we sit, Immune was victim to the trap of opening it before doing content.
Maybe I'll learn my lesson for next week, but like that vault is just so irresistible, you know? I just had to dive in as soon as I could.
They're not a past sexiest NPC of the week for nothing. Let me tell you, I opened my shit immediately. I said, fuck you, Gandalin. I'm diving in. And
did you guys see the trophy, by the way? The broker person in front of it had it. They said, I don't know what to do with this.
They just threw it inside.
I mean, I'm sure the brokers will find something to do with it. They always find something to do with all of the merch that they're moving.
They're probably gonna fucking steal it. They're fucking thieves. But I opened my fucking Great Vault and I was greeted with the beautiful 207 weapon. I immediately ignored my like 7 other options. Like, fuck that. I want this because I'm wearing a 184 and it's so good. It's so good. But now I know I have exhausted my luck and I'm fucked for the next like 5 weeks. But overall, thumbs up to the Great Vault. I like you.
That's pretty neat.
Well, I think it's about time for us to hop on into our sexiest NPC of the week.
Oh.
And this week, we have none other than the long-legged, the hard as wood, beautiful, ethereal, Grunum Kruick. A tyranny in Ardenweald, baby.
I can tell you when I see my Gru baby, my dick gets as long as their name.
That's pretty long.
That's excessively long. You gotta chill out with that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All 14 inches for 14 letters.
I mean, even if you just said that it grew as long as the number of O's in their name, that's still pretty average.
I fucking love me some Grunum Kruick. I helped them out during one of my questings in Ardenweald. They needed there was 3 heroes I had to save for Ardenweald. Well, I don't know, whatever. It was a long time ago. I don't remember. But she's rocking them high-waisted cutoffs so well. Look at her look at their little
You know what?
loincloth there.
I hadn't seen that. The fact that Groom Kruik definitely has little pants. Why you need those pants, Groom? You just made out of bark. Let them hang.
Or is it just like a different color of bark? I'm not sure.
Oh, no. Let me tell you. Taking the screenshot, I got really close in between Groom Kruik's thighs, and they are 100% wearing cloth over their garage.
They're also wearing a fun ascot.
It's give me Fred from Scooby-Doo vibes, but in a sexy way.
From Fred, but make it sexy.
I mean, I get it. You got to be modest in the face of the mall walker. That makes sense. I appreciate your modesty, Groom Kruik. And I'm assuming the other Tiernans, I guess I never looked at the other Tiernans crotch or ascot area, but now I would 100% will be.
Do you think when Groom Kruik takes off their little cutoff shorts, there's a knot hole in a tree? It's oh yeah, I'm gonna put my penis in there, and then also some acorns for the winter.
Oh no! I knew we were naming Groom the sexiest NPC this week, but I was not prepared for this conversation.
I guess I really don't know the genitals of Groom Kruik because I feel like they made it kind of clear, at least with Groom Kruik, that it's they them pronouns. So who knows what's hiding under that fucking beautiful denim cutoff shorts? But I appreciate the mystery behind it because I want to find out regardless. Because they are so goddamn sexy.
That's the end. That's the end of the Ardenweald stories. It's Groom Kruik, remove your cutoffs, and a big flopping wiener falls out. It's hell yes.
9 out of 9.
Go, Mawwalker. Feed on the root.
In this screenshot, I should have gotten a back shot, but on the back of Groom Kruik's shoulder blades, and I'm assuming the other Tiernans, there's a big pair of wings back there, almost insectoid wings. And I'm can y'all fly? Or what's going on here?
I heard that they can fly, but every time they do, they have to sacrifice one of the O's in their name.
Oh, so you're saying that either Groom Kruik once had 20 O's in their name, or they've never flown because they haven't needed to.
Yes, they are stuck on the ground. They are permanently rooted. They said, I will not risk my O's.
I'm not going to lie. I think Groom Kruik might cover the most basis for sexiest NPC we've ever had. Not only are they tall in splendor and covering their nether regions that are a mystery to us, but their voice. Their voice is pure ASMR sex. It sounds like wind blowing through thick oak when they talk. I don't know how Blizzard did this, but they specifically put in wind chimes behind their voices. It's very faint and it's wild and sexy.
I'm still thinking about this O thing. So there is this other Tiernan who I think only doesn't have any vowels in their name. It's a bunch of T's and K's and N's. I'm I don't know how to pronounce this name.
They love to fly. They lost all their O's. That's why they're so sad. It's even if you return Anima to me, I'll still regret the loss of my O's.
So sad.
I think you're talking about Caninathili, I believe is their name. It's funny. Honestly, Aaron's theory might be correct because I have Tiernans in my Covenant Sanctum that are literally just Sassly, six letters. And I'm what happened? Where did your vowels go?
Or there's one of them that just straight up had a normal human sounding name.
Katie the Tiernan just hanging out. It's not really their name, but I'm gonna imagine now that Katie handles my anima.
Hey, what's going on? It's me, Katie the Tiernan. Yeah, I didn't expect to be a big tree person anyway either, but that's just how the cookie crumbles.
I'm just reading I'm reading the Gamepedia description for Tiernans. The Tiernan are somehow related to the great trees of Ardenweald, though they are so old and so strange that even other Night Fae don't know how. Don't call them strange.
I don't know fucking anything about Groomnum Kruik other than just they're over there by the flight point.
God, I love the Tiernan. I think they're honestly one of the coolest races that we've gotten in like Shadowlands period. They're basically just like Ents from like Lord of the Rings, but they're putting in the work. They're not just sleeping in the forest. They're gardening for us. They're making our transports. They're doing so much work for us.
And now we have confirmation that they can wear Mog. Like, Grunum Kruik is wearing cloth, so like allied race when?
There's no way, but I'm gonna still believe that it's possible. Also, they have 3 legs. I didn't even catch that. Wait, is that a leg? Oh no. Tripod. They're a tripod. This could be anything. That could be a penis. We don't know.
Oh my.
I think it's a third leg.
That's what they called me in high school.
Disgusting.
All right, Grundim Kruik, we love you, bitch. You are our sexiest NPC of the week. I'll stop by later in Glitterfall Basin, I think that's where you are, to give you your award.
And I believe that means it's time for us to head on into our top toot, bottom boot, or medium moot of the week. Aaron, what's your TTBBMM?
Well, I come to you today with a bit of a medium moot.
Medium moot?
And this is older, so probably folks will be like, you're just now realizing it. But the Venthyr have given me a number of cool backpack type items, whether it be a Sin Stone or the Anima Collector that I can have on my back. And I'm like, that's awesome. But I just realized that if you have a backpack, it hides back-mounted weapons.
Oh, so if you aren't wielding it actively, it just disappears.
Yes. Growlina has a big, cool Venthyr staff right now, and when she puts it on her back, because I have the Anima Collector on, it just disappears. And I said, oh. So now it's a constant battle between, like, do I want a cool staff Mog, or do I want to wear my Anima Conductor?
Yeah, because that's like one of my general complaints about WoW is that like when you're actively casting, you're wearing it on your back. So it's like, I don't know, when we're raiding or whatever, you won't ever see it.
Yesterday at raid, I was just pulling it out just to remember, like, I have one of these. And then we started fighting and I had to put it away.
Yeah, casting animations with the staff in your hand would actually be kind of cool. Because they can make it kind of like Gandalf-esque, right? Where he's just like slamming it down and shit and like waving over his head like a fucking Tusken Raider.
Or even just like dual wield, like pointing it forward and like launching spells out of it would be cool.
Wow, Ian, baby. Ian, get on this. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. No, you know what? Scratch that. I don't want it. I don't want it. My caster is a gnome mage that would look horrible on a gnome mage. No, thank you. Pass.
My thing, and I know people have different like casting animations, so asking this would be asking a lot, but just have it like shoot out of your right hand or whatever, and have the left hand like hold the staff at the side. That way you could have your staff out the whole time, but still do magic. But I mean, that would be like an entire reworking of the animation system just to be like, I want to see my staff too when I wear a backpack specifically.
Yeah, but I want it.
Yeah, I want it. You gave those crybabies their high elves eventually. So Ian, at Hazakostas baby, give that to me, please. I'll check back in next week.
You have 1 week.
You have 1 week to meet my demands. But, Slidewhistle, what is your TTBBMM?
Well, I also have a medium moot for this week.
Ooh, a nice middle of the road.
Moot.
It's a simple question. Where is against overwhelming odds. Now, the first week of Shadowlands, the Alliance had a quest where it was confirmed against overwhelming odds given out by a cartel member that said kill 25 Horde and you get 500 anima. Which, looking back, I realized receiving 500 anima for camping the Venari Cave is honestly absurd and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I want to do it.
Right, and I want to do it. And so I'm sitting here like, okay, so looking at the ratios, I honestly haven't felt like Alliance has been overwhelmed. I feel like we have been at a very equal stance against Horde in PvP. But then I look up my buff and we still have like a 10 to 15% buff for being in war mode, which means that we indeed are, we are outnumbered and we're not receiving a quest for it still.
Wait, so you're telling me that Horde don't get a buff for being in war mode?
No. Okay, well, they do. They get a buff for being in war mode, but it's more for us. They have, it's a percentage versus like I think it's 5 to 30% that you can gain an advantage of for resources, for gold, not experience, and for I think even for anima. I'm pretty sure maybe that might not be the case, and they get a like 5% buff or something like that for being in war mode. But we always had like 20 to 30%. And I don't know if it's that like Shadowlands is retaining so many players that we've kind of hit an equilibrium. And I kind of get it if like there's like 500 anima is too much to give to somebody. That's fine. Give us something else. Give us 100 anima. Give us 50 anima. I don't know. Just give us a reason. Give Alliance a reason to keep bringing the fight to the Horde, because we need to keep these people. Because I can fucking tell you what's going to happen in 5 months. We're going to be down so many fucking Alliance players and we're going to get fucked out in the trenches just like fucking last year. Every single time.
Give us a 4th slot in the Great Vault.
That's crazy. That's probably too much. That's way too much, I think. That's probably worse than the anima. He shrugged. He hated that. I think that's too much.
I don't think it's enough.
It'd still be based on your PvP level.
Yeah, but then people who are like Gladiator Alliance will be able to get more gear than their Horde Alliance counterparts who they are fighting in the arena. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of the PvPers, they just do war mode anyway. I don't know. There's definitely a solution there that's like some kind of award or that will like not be as beneficial as those two options that they can still give us. But it's like there's been no posts about it. There's been nothing talked about it, and the thing is, no one's asking, which is probably a good sign. That means that everybody is feeling an even balance. But I just want to know personally, where's it at and what's going on. You know what I mean?
I just want to know where the gold at.
I'm gonna run a backhoe and uproot that tree. I want to know where the gold at. I want the gold.
Yeah, give us some gold. Though there's a lot of gold expansion, but whatever. All right, Immune, what about you? What's your top 2?
It's probably a crackhead got hold of the wrong stuff.
Well, on that note, I have a bottom boo.
Oh, come on.
No.
And you guys probably saw this one coming, but my bottom boo is that, as predicted, the world boss I need is the 4th world boss that will spawn. So I've gone, up until now, since we have not been able to make it to Daddy D without a legendary still. And at this point, I'm just going to wait. I don't know what to do. I mean, next week we face the world boss that drops my 2nd best legendary item. And we're making good progress now in Raid, but I don't think we're going to make it to Daddy D. And I just did the math, and if I do both my Torghast wings this week, I am, I think, 50 soul ash short of creating a rank 4 legendary. So I'm like, either I need to do a table mission successfully, which I have not been able to do, or I wait another week and then get a rank 4 one. Either way, I think I need to start trying to pug normal Daddy D, because I'm not gonna. I don't know if I can potentially make a rank 4 of my best legendary. I want to do that, especially since I've like banked all this soul ash, and like I feel like it'd just be worth it. But regardless, my bottom boot is the fact that I know it's not just holy priests. It's, I believe, Ellie shamans as well have the same problem, that like one of their best legendaries is behind this world boss that we have not seen like 4 weeks into the expansion. Like, and like that's the only way to get it. That's kind of shitty.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that like that's, I get it. Like there were, I mean, I say I get it, but I kind of don't get it, because Blizzard can easily just like see the sims that we see, and they could kind of maneuver the best in slot and the second best in slot around before this thing launches to give people an option. You've been sitting here, we're 4 weeks in and you have no legendary and nothing's even viable for you, which is also another complaint that I kind of have, is that like legendaries are kind of following the maw system of like, is this good for me? I don't know. Look it up and I'll tell you. Like,
yeah, so there's 2 other legendaries that I have the recipes for. One that is maybe good for Mythic Plus and one that's maybe good for Raid, but like the one that's maybe good for Raid is weird to use. And the Holy Priest community is like confused about whether or not they want to craft it or not. And I'm like, I'll just wait until I can get one of the ones that's better. And the one that's good for Mythic Plus, I might craft that one eventually. I just don't know. I just feel like the instant res that I can get from the world boss next week, I would rather wear in Mythic Plus, just because I feel like that's cool. I mean, and like regardless of whether or not people think that like the instant res is good or not, I want it mainly because I was unable to obtain it in Legion. So,
and it's your second best, right? Isn't that like what Jack said?
Yeah, Automatic Jack says that like that one and the one from Daddy D are low 2 that you mainly want to craft.
So, I mean, I guess we'll see. I mean, we can try to plug Daddy D and we might get lucky. You never know.
That honestly sounds awful, but I'm going to try.
You gotta do what you can to achieve your dreams. Don't just settle for Fire King's hands. Don't do it.
Did you ever end up crafting another legendary, Aaron?
I have not yet. I have the soul ash to do so. I just need to buy I think I have a chest and a ring, and the ones that I do have now that are like better, air quotes, are head and cloak or something like that. So I just need to buy those.
If you let me know, is it the base level, like level 1 or level 2?
I'd have to look. I know I have like the 190 equipment.
So cloth is pretty easy to get. There honestly might be one in the guild bank I can grab for you and just give to you, and you can just use it.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, today, like after we record, let me know and I'll go grab it. Like 100%. Like
hell yeah.
But with that, I think we're about done. A little bit longer, but it covers for our 10-minute of Turbo Man talk. If you guys have any comments, questions, complaints, if you want to send us your favorite Christmas movie and tell me why it's Jingle All the Way, you can email us at donotRelentPod@gmail.com or tweet at us on Twitter at DoNotRelentPod. You could also leave us a review on Warcraft Radio or on our competing site, Barcraft Radio, which I'm not going to actually make as a joke, so don't go there. What about you guys? Where can I find you on the internet?
You can find me, Alex or Immunization, on Twitter at New Era Alex, or you can follow our podcast Instagram account on the gram at Do Not Relent.
You can find me, Aaron the Human, at The Big Cheesy on Twitter.com, and you can find our literary musings at DoNotRelent.LiveJournal.com. We were voted Lady Moonberry's #1 read in 2020.
And Lady Moonberry is too fucking powerful to ignore, so check it out.
It was the only thing she read in 2020, but that doesn't matter.
She also can't read, so doesn't matter. All right, but bye. And remember,
Another down! Do not relent!
Do Not Relent is a podcast within the 3HNC network, representing U.S. Proudmoore's premier podcasts.
That was a very good wish.